This is Hannibal here with my Wrestlemania Night 1 daily news update. Apparently, to get in right now on the secondary market, if you want to go, it's $1,800 for tomorrow night. A little less for tonight. Expects the Rock. There's still some questions. I personally really hope Cody loses. Personally, I don't think he's a better champion than Roman Reigns. But that's going to be WWE's creative call. And when you're looking at the secondary market price of $1,800 for a ticket for WrestleMania tomorrow, to put that into perspective, for Sting's retirement last month, secondary market prices the day before the show were only $8. So WWE is definitely a hotter ticket than AEW. Cody's tour bus caught on fire, by the way, a couple days ago. No one was injured. Um, yeah, good for him for having a tour bus. That must be pretty cool. It doesn't look like Drew McIntyre has re-signed yet, although people think he will. Becky Lynch's contract is also ending soon. Tony Khan definitely wants to make plays for free agents. Triple H had commented in interviews this week that, and he was alluding obviously to AEW's lighter schedule, that if wrestlers don't want the grind, then WWE doesn't want them. But Dave Meltzer brought up that the fact is, like, for the Young Bucks, Page, and Omega, and others that have signed with AEW, what it's finally come down to is who pays them more. Nobody has signed with AEW getting less money than WWE. They've offered more money. So yes, while the working less is always good, if you're getting paid, I mean, I understand, hugely more money. So of course you're going to go where you can get paid more to work less. And boy, oh boy, do you ever work less in AEW. I don't even think Okada's wrestled in AEW for a couple weeks now. Um, it doesn't appear the WWE is going to have any interest of the guys AEW recently cut, which AEW wasn't really using any of them. They have way, way, way too many people under contract. The only weird thing about AEW cutting those guys, even though a guy like Parker Boudreaux hasn't even wrestled for AEW for over a year, and supposedly he was making around 180,000 a year, which, to get that in American money, my God, I would adore getting that kind of money for doing nothing. Imagine what projects I could do on the side with that kind of money. But anyways, the thing that's notable about that is before Tony Khan said he wasn't going to cut anyone and he was going to let all the contracts ride out. So a lot of people think he did that in response to saying that AEW was not a real business when CM Punk said that. So anything is possible. Supposedly, Tony Khan has already said he's hiring one of those nobodies that got fired back. AJ Styles, who, by the way, I once pinned 2 times in one night back when he was New Japan champion, just before he went to WWE. He's getting close to the end of his in-ring career. Apparently, all of the big events and shows with WWE are going to air on Netflix once they jump over to there in all markets outside the US, including Canada. Still be on Peacock in the US. The Rock has said that he's not going to publicly back Biden again. He had been very negative against Trump in the last election. Obviously, there's a lot of WWE people and Endeavor people that support Trump. But also, I mean, It's better for a guy like him to stay away from politics. Logan Paul is his Prime energy drink, which I tried a few weeks ago, is now sponsoring Cody Rhodes. Apparently, by the way, speaking of CM Punk, who I mentioned earlier, I believe, or in AEW, one of the reasons Jack Perry probably is not saying anything in response to the Punk interview is AEW is paying him but not using him right now. But if they ever let him out of his contract, the place he would go would likely be to WWE. So why would he create more heat with him and CM Punk, where the best place to use him would probably be in WWE because New Japan doesn't pay as much as WWE. I mean, the exposure from New Japan compared to WWE is incomparable. But also, I just find it bizarre that like the time to get Jack Perry over would have been right after that CM Punk thing. And now he just hasn't been on TV for so long. By the time, if AEW ever puts him back on TV, I mean, he's lost all of his heat from that CM Punk thing. Seems like a waste to me. By the way, for everyone that likes to knock Brutus Beefcake, who I am going to be doing an interview with probably next week, his Dark Side of the Ring did a 0.05, 150,000 viewers. It actually beat Harley Race's Dark Side of the Ring. That did a 0.04, beat it by 1 point. So again, people like to knock Brutus Beefcake. The fact is, his Starrcade match against Hogan was a sellout in the Nashville Municipal Auditorium. The Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat stuff was not a sellout. Believe it or not, it was not. So, I mean, Brutus definitely could draw. He's underrated. Tom, am I doing a commentary on WrestleMania tonight? No, I'm not watching it. I would like to see the tag team match, but not enough to pay for it. So I'll watch the highlights on YouTube, much like I watched the Hall of Fame highlights on YouTube. But honestly, after seeing the highlights, I'm glad I didn't watch the Hall of Fame. Just too much talking. I'd rather just watch the short clips. They did do a good job in the Thunderbolt Patterson video package of getting him over. I believe the New Day ended up inducting him. A lot of people thought it was going to be this radio personality. The Undertaker inducted Muhammad Ali. Roman Reigns inducted Paul Heyman. Bull Nakano, who was hardly in WWE, I watched her speech. I still don't get why Missy Hyatt isn't in the WWE Hall of Fame. She was in the WWE for a while with a talk show segment called Missy's Manor, but also like she's one of the innovators of women wrestling. How do you put the Bellas in a Hall of Fame before Missy Hyatt? Well, I guess John Laurinaitis was their stepdad, I guess you could say, and he had a lot of control up until all this crap came out about John Laurinaitis, so to speak. Anyways, I'll check in again if there's more news, but I'm heading off to the gym right now. Hope everyone enjoys WrestleMania that watches it tonight. I'll see if John will do a review of it after the show because I know he's watching it on TV tonight and he's going to be there live tomorrow.